Alright everybody, welcome back. We're safe inside from the rain and the dust storm outside. Piper and I are here to meet Nick and Dr. Amari to see what we can extract from Kellogg's memories. Hopefully we get everything we need, but I feel like we'll probably get more than that if we straight up have the man's entire memory. Alright Piper, let's go.
May have walked out of the den, Irma, but I'd never walk out on you.
Ooh. Oh, she's got a pretty dope dress. Some cool stuff. This is tight quarters. I'm going in first person here.
Dr. Amari?
Yes. I take it this isn't a social...
Hang on just a second. That rain's kind of loud. There we go.
You're the one who can extract memories from a brain, right?
Normally, we only allow our clients to experience their own memories. Now, what's this all about?
We need a deep dig, Amari, but it's not going to be easy. The perp, Kellogg, is already cold on the floor.
Are you two mad? Putting aside the fact that you're asking me to defile a corpse, you don't realize that the memory simulators require intact, living brains to function.
Please help us.
Please. Nick told me you're the only one who can make this work.
This dead brain had inside knowledge of the Institute, Amari. The biggest scientific secret of the Commonwealth. You need this, and so do we.
Fine. I'll take a look. But no guarantees. Do you have it with you?
Here's what I could find.
What's this? This isn't a brain. This is... Wait, that's the hippocampus. And this thing attached to it? A neural interface?
Those circuits look awfully familiar.
I'm not surprised. From what I've seen, all Institute technology has a similar architecture.
Is Nick compatible?
Nick's an older model synth. Is he compatible?
That's exactly what I was thinking. If we are lucky, it should hook right in.
No way.
Even if this works, Mr. Valentine would be taking on a tremendous amount of risk. We're talking about wiring something to his brain.
Don't worry about me, Amari. Let's do it.
That's kind of worrisome.
You really think this'll work, Nick?
No idea. But we got a missing kid on the line. That's worth the risk.
Whenever
Thanks,
you're ready,
Nick.
Mr. Valentine, just sit down.
If I start cackling like an old grizzled mercenary, pull me out, okay?
Alright, time for me to join in.
See here.
Hey, I've got my fusion core out the right way this time.
I need you to keep talking to me, Mr. Valentine. Any slight change
Thanks
in your
for coming
cognitive
with me on
functions
this.
could be dire. Are you feeling any different?
There's a lot of flashes. Static. I can't make sense of any of it, Doc.
That's what I was afraid of. The mnemonic impressions are encoded. It appears the Institute has one last failsafe. There's a lock on the memories in the implant.
A lock?
How do you lock memories?
The implant is encoding all the mnemonic activity in the hippocampus. Think of it like computer encryption, and we don't have the password. Let's see. A single mind wouldn't be able to crack it. But What if we use two? We load both you and Mr. Valentine into the memory loungers. Run your cognitive functions in parallel. He'll act as a host, while your consciousness drives through whatever memories we can find.
Let's do it.
All right. Let's get started.
Just sit down over there, and keep your fingers crossed.
See you on the other side.
Yeah, man. Alright, this is pretty cool. Piper, don't take my power armor while I'm in here. Although I'd be pretty amazed if you could.
Initiating brainwave migration.
If you had fusion cores on you that I didn't know about.
Mnemonic activity coming from the transplant. It's degenerated, but it's there. We're going to load you into the strongest memories we can find. They might not be stable. Just hold on.
I doubt too many memories from this guy were stable. Sorry I've been so quiet, guys. My family is sleeping, and I record these in the same room as them.
Can you hear me?
Well, as some of them.
Ah, good. The simulation appears to be working, although the memories are quite fragmentary. I'll try to step you through the intact
Am I in the middle of nothing?
and hope we find one that gives us some clue to the Institute's location. There.
There we go.
This is the earliest intact memory I can find.
Turn down the goddamn radio!
Remember, you are experiencing these memories as Kellogg. This may prove disorienting at first.
We are all citizens of the new California Republic. I'm sure that's gonna take some getting used to.
I was such a dummy back then. What did I know about how the world worked? I think now she wanted me to kill him. I should have. Instead, I ended up running away. I told myself I wanted to find somewhere out from under the thumb of the NCR and all their rules. But really, I was running from the guilt of not protecting her from Dad. Yeah, it doesn't matter now, though.
What a joke. What's it mean, Mom? Nothing, Connie. People like to talk and hope someone else is going to keep them safe.
Teacher at school said the NCR would bring back the good old days, like before the big war.
Don't you listen to that twaddle. I'm going to stop singing you if that's what they're teaching you.
I'm going out. Where the fuck did you put my boots?
Listen to me, Connie. You take this. You're old enough. You're the man of the family now. It's your job to protect us. Your father's useless, but you won't turn out like him. You're a good boy. And all that on the radio. All useless talk. The only thing that will protect you in this world is that gun in your hands. You need to learn to use it if you're going to survive.
I will, Mom. I promise. I won't let you down.
You've always been my good boy.
This doesn't seem to be what we're looking for. There appears to be another intact memory close to you in temporal sequence. There. Try that one.
I wonder if that was the gun that he had when we fought. That'd be pretty cool if he had it with him this whole time.
The thing about happiness is you only know you had it when it's gone. I mean, you may think to yourself that you're happy, but you don't really believe it. Focus on the petty bullshit or next job or whatever. It's only looking back, by comparison with what comes after, that you really understand that's what happiness felt like.
Damn.
It's gonna be fine. You'll see.
But we don't know anybody here. And now, with the baby?
Come on, Sarah. You've got to give it a chance. I finally got steady work with a good outfit. Nothing like that in the NCR these days.
Dang, Kellogg looks really young.
I'm not saying this was a mistake. I'm just... Are you sure these guys know what they're doing? They seem kind of green.
I know. But that's where I come in. Just wait. In a few years, I'll be running my own crew. As soon as I make the connections I need. Then I can give you anything you want. And little Mary, too. Whatever made me think that a guy like me should have a daughter? No, I never deserved her. Not for 1 second.
I never worried about you before. Must be my mama instincts kicking in. Who knew I had those, huh?
Come. I was the worst thing that ever happened to her. If she'd never met me, she'd have stayed in the hub. Maybe hooked up with someone who didn't kill people for a living. Probably been happier than she was with me. Almost certainly lived longer. You're great with her.
Dang,
You don't
man.
need to worry about me. Most of it's just running security for the she. A lot of standing around looking tough.
No, they sure picked the right person for that job.
Listen, it's gonna be great here. See this? This is what's gonna keep you and Mary safe. I promise.
That looks more like what he has today.
I know, Connie. I'm sure we're gonna be really happy here.
We are. You'll see. That's okay. I got her.
Let's keep looking. I'll connect you to the next intact memory.
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg? You thought you could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you? Just so you know, they died like dogs. And you weren't there
I found
to
another
help them.
memory to try. I'll connect you.
Mind if we sit down?
Suit yourself. I didn't care where I was going. Ended up mostly wandering east. Getting as far away from San Francisco as I could, maybe. I don't remember much from that time. It all kinda blends together. There was almost always a bar, though. That's universal. There was always a job for someone like me. Didn't matter what it was. Didn't matter who I was supposed to kill. I got pretty good at it. There was always someone who wanted someone else dead. Sometimes just roughed up, but dead was usually what they wanted. Sometimes they thought they could cheat me. That was usually only when I first arrived somewhere. Didn't matter to me. I just took it as part of the job. Little extra thrown in for free. I always got paid in the end. One way or another.
So, I hear you'll take care of people's problems. Is that right?
If you pay me.
Oh, we'll pay you. And, you'll do this all by yourself?
That's right.
We pay you when the job's done. Is that okay?
That's the way you want to do it. So who do you want dead?
Well, it's like this. There's his family. Lives down the creek a ways.
We seem to be getting closer. Try this next one.
Mr. Kellogg.
Oh, here we go.
To meet with me.
So, you're with the Institute. I wanted to see for myself if you really existed.
We do, as you can see.
What do you want?
It's come to my attention that you've been rather disruptive of our operations lately. This must stop.
You heard all sorts of rumors about the Institute. But I figured they were just a convenient boogeyman for anything bad that ever happened. They were the first synths weren't all that. You heard all sorts of rumors about the Institute.
My bad. I didn't mean to cut that off.
They were just a convenient boogeyman for anything bad that ever happened. They were real, all right.
Even when time stopped, their eyes moved.
Surface. Relied on their synths for everything. They had the resources I needed, and I had the expertise they needed. Turned into a permanent arrangement. Suited me just fine. First synths weren't all that impressive. I'm good, but I'm not that good. But the Institute could always make more, and kept making them better each time. They still give me the creeps, but you have to get used to them if you want to work with the Institute. I do what people pay me to do. If that's a problem for you, I could see only one way out.
And what's that, Mr. Kellogg?
If I'm working for you, there's no more problem. From what I hear, you can afford me.
I don't think you fully understand the situation you're in.
I think I do.
Very well. B-748, initiate.
Systems offline.
Impressive. We may have something to talk about after all.
Getting warmer. One of these has got to tell us something. We're running out of brain here. There's one that looks mostly intact. Connecting now.
No.
Manual override initiated. Cryogenic stasis suspended.
Vault computers are still working. That's good. Checking through the logs. Hopefully it's all...
Just find it.
Pod C6. Down the hall near the end.
Look, there's me.
Even then, I knew it was a mistake leaving him alive. I understood that kind of revenge. No one better. But I was cocky enough to assume I could handle some soft, pre-war vault dweller, even if he somehow got thawed out. At least I know those Institute bastards will soon get what's coming to them, too. If he could take me out, they won't be able to hide from him for long. I'm glad I didn't have to kill the kid. I'm not saying I haven't done it, but, I never like to. And yeah, I guess it did remind me of, her. Yeah, I'm a cold-hearted bastard for sure, but, still human. Better this way, though. Better than taking her kid and leaving her alive.
I'm sure Nate would beg to differ.
I never knew why we didn't just refreeze the rest of them. But we had our orders. Guess the old man didn't want so many loose ends. Too bad he left alive the one person he shouldn't have.
This is the one. Here.
Open it.
Is it over?
we okay?
Almost. Everything's going to be fine.
Come here. Come here, baby.
No, I've got him.
Let the boy go. I'm only going to tell you once.
I'm not giving you Sean.
God damn it. Get the kid out of here and let's go. At least we still have the backup.
Cryogenic sequence reinitialized.
What's the holdup?
I'm almost finished, Kellogg. I just need to confirm. Come on. All right, we're good.
I'm sorry you had to go through that again. I found another intact memory. Whenever you're ready.
That was pretty rough. Alright, let's see what this next one has for us. There's that kid.
Is that your son?
No.
This appears to be a very recent memory, so...
My son's a baby.
I think.
No. What?
Wasn't my idea to settle down with the kid in the middle of Diamond City. I thought it was a terrible idea, actually. But it was one of the old man's pet projects, so here we were. Me and the kid. Like a happy little family. I ended up kind of liking it. A reminder of what my life might have been if things had turned out differently. But there's no going back. I knew it was just temporary. It'd be back to normal business before too long. This whole setup in Diamond City was part of some elaborate plan of the old man's. Seems obvious now that we were bait for our friend from the vault. Timing couldn't have been an accident. It's not how the old man works. I wonder if he outsmarted me in the end. Another loose end tied up.
Kellogg.
Oh.
It's okay. One of these days you're gonna get your head blown off just by... The new breed of synths could easily pass as human. Some of them did.
That's wild.
But the coursers, they weren't built to blend in. They were killing machines, pure and simple. Smarter, stronger, and faster than almost any real human. I'm just glad they were always on my side. Hard to get here like that.
Minimizing my exposure to civilians is a priority.
Forget I said anything. So what's the big crisis this time?
New orders for you. One of our scientists has left the Institute.
Left? As in?
He's gone rogue. Name's Dr. Brian Virgil.
Interesting.
We know he's hiding somewhere in the glowing sea. Here's his file.
Where the heck's the glowing sea?
Wow. Some heads are gonna roll for this. Capture and return, or just elimination?
Elimination. He was working on a highly classified program.
No kidding. One of the top bioscience boys? Damn. So, I guess you're taking the kid back with you.
Affirmative. Your only mission is to locate and eliminate Virgil.
Hey, that file's messing you up, Kellogg.
Yes. Stand next to him and hold still.
No, I'm your father.
Okay.
What? Oh my god, what's going on?
X688. Ready to relay with Sean.
Bye, Mr. Kellogg. I hope I see you again soon.
Bye.
What was that?
Teleportation. Now it all makes sense. Nobody's found the entrance to the Institute because there is no entrance. Let me pull you out of there as soon as you're ready.
Holy crap. Some other guy's pretending to be my son's father.
Movements, okay? I don't know what kind of side effects the procedure might have had. No one's ever done this before. How do you feel?
I'm pretty upset.
I'm okay, Doctor. Thank you.
That's good. But I want you to keep monitoring yourself. We have to be sure there's no long-term damage. Are you ready to talk about what happened in there?
We got what we needed. The Institute uses...
Yes. Their greatest secret has finally been revealed. But that only leads to more questions. How does it work? Where do we go next?
Virgil. He escaped the Institute. And as far as we know, well, I don't think Kellogg got to him before I got to Kellogg. But I don't know.
That scientist Kellogg was supposed to track down. Virgil. We need to find him.
You're right. A rogue Institute scientist could answer all kinds of questions. Where did the memory say he was? The glowing sea? That doesn't make sense. No one goes there. Not even if they were desperate.
It's the perfect hiding spot.
That's why he's there. To make the Institute think twice about following him.
That must be it. He's using the radiation in the glowing sea like a shield, or a cloak. A way to throw them off and be at an advantage. If Virgil found a way to survive there, you'll have to do the same. If you're going to follow him.
I've got power armor.
I'll find a way to get through the rads. Don't worry.
Good luck. And be safe. By the way, I unplugged Mr. Valentine first. Removed the implant while you were waking up. He's waiting for you upstairs.
Wait. If he's already waiting for me upstairs, how long was I out?
Hey.
What can I do?
Hey, Piper.
Hey, here. Something to keep you sharp.
Thanks.
Always worked for me.
100% daily value of sugar.
Your thoughts?
You know, you are some kind of dedicated. I wouldn't want to share a beer with Kellogg, let alone a brain.
I know.
That's all for now.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and put my power armor back on.
Oh boy, that's a lot of metal.
It sure is. Hey, it's that drifter from outside that looks a lot like the guard from Diamond City. Huh. I wonder if it's one of those newer model synths that look like a person, but aren't.
Nick. Hope you got what you were looking for inside my head. That was right. I should have killed you when you were on ice.
Holy crap.
Kellogg, is that you?
What? What are you talking about?
You sounded like Kellogg just then.
Did I? Huh. Mari said there might be some mnemonic impressions left over. Anyway, I feel fine, so let's get going. Or I could head back to Diamond City, since you've got company already.
Let's get going.
I'd rather take
Been
you.
one heck of a ride so far. Let's see where it takes us next.
I'd rather send Piper to Sanctuary. Alright, Nick, we're gonna go to a place called the Glowing Sea. I'll see you later, Piper. Alright, everybody. It's been a wild episode. We went through Kellogg's memories, found out some things, got to see my son Sean. There must have been some time before they took him and I woke up because he looks like a 10-year-old boy or so now. It's pretty wild, but he grew up knowing somebody else as his father, and despite that not being true, it'll probably be pretty difficult to bring him back to me. Hopefully this Virgil and the glowing seal have answers for us. Granted, he's still alive. I don't even know that. So, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that little bell icon. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.